What the fuck's up? It's the Monday morning recap. I'm Rob. I'm your host. I'm feeling pretty foggy today. Got Giorgio and Dan here.
Who the fuck am I?
Yeah, what's with the beard?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, where'd the beard go?
You're the man with the granite chin.
I know. I just decided to shave it. There's really no rhyme or reason. I do this with my facial hair all the time. Sometimes I'll go mustache. Sometimes I'll go full beard.
Yeah, you didn't do fucking anything.
Yeah, I kind of envy my girlfriend because she gets to date like 4 or 5 different guys.
Yeah.
You're a chameleon. Mm-hmm. You're no longer Dirty Dan. Right now, you're Handsome Dan.
I can look different pretty much every
You have to
week
collect
or so.
every version of Dan's action card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's different versions. I mean, the beard's like 3/4 back already.
Your 5 o'clock shadow is literally a carpet.
Yeah, like it's a deep shadow. It's a dark shadow.
It is. You're right.
I have a really fat middle finger, if any of you can see. Because if any of you watched us on Saturday, Andrew Craig stopped by, former UFC veteran, current 10th Planet MMA head coach. Just wanted to actually let us know what was going on during these fights instead of us casuals just running our mouth. And then on Sunday, he proceeded to hurt my finger.
He jammed your finger up real good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big man.
He's a big dude. He's a great guy, too.
Great guy. Great hair.
Great hair.
I'm really jealous of his hair. He had that flowing curls. He came in late, just ate some pizza, smoked a joint. Really true Drinkin Bros fashion.
Took over because Eli was in a K-hole of some sort.
Yeah, he was Eli's whole plan to come hang out and like be on the fight companion, and then he just puts his head down and takes a nap.
He was very high.
That seems on brand, to be honest.
For Eli?
That feels right.
Yeah, I don't think he knew what dimension he was in.
He had this giant, like 6 by 6 inch brownie that he was eating, so I'm assuming that probably had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ate like 3/4 of that too.
That's a huge mistake when you're doing edibles. People only think about length and width. They forget the depth.
They forget the girth.
Yeah, they forget the girth. I made that mistake in college once. We made pop brownies but in a deep pan, and I didn't really think about the depth of the pan, so I probably had like 2.5.
Is that a Chicago style pop brownie?
Yes, a deep dish fucking pop brownie. I was up till like 4 a.m. That was probably my first panic attack ever. Not because I was like, oh no, I'm too high. It just like got me too high. My heart felt like it was about to jump out of my fucking chest.
Speaking of which, I can't hold a lighter right now, so I have to like kind of like wedge it in between my pinky finger and.
I got faith in you. You got
just
this.
Doing drugs.
Yeah. No, I looked in my mirror after going over on the UFC main card.
Yeah.
And I was disgusted, so I had to shave the beard.
Yeah, first of all, all of you out there who were like, it's super easy, you just pick the favorites, What happened this time, everybody?
Dude, even I fucking saw the Amanda Nunes clips, and like that chick was throwing hands right back at her. I didn't see the end of the fight or anything. What happened? Did she get knocked out or card?
No. So Nunes won the first round pretty easily. She was just ripping up Juliana Pena's leg.
Yeah.
And in the second round, they came out and they just decided, let's get into a firefight and just you throw a haymaker, I throw a haymaker. Yeah. It got for what it was pretty entertaining. And then I guess Juliana Pena just kind of broke Amanda Nunes. Yeah. Dropped her and then choked her out.
Yeah, she didn't even choke her out. Amanda Nunes just wanted to get out of the ring. She was like, I'm in a fight. I don't like being in fights. I like when people just fall down for me, which is what they've done for the last 5 years. For everyone who's watching right now, you're going to get my hot take.
That air quote was tough.
Here's the hot take.
Look at that. An injured air quote is not easy.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't. It kind of hurt a little bit, to be honest. Amanda Nunes just gave up. She didn't have boots in, was not a rear naked choke, was across the chin line. Where you want to defend a rear naked choke is where Juliana Pena had this in on Amanda. Amanda didn't try to get up, didn't circle away. She was just like, I'm pretty tired from being in this phone booth fight where we both just stood at each other. And Amanda just kept coming in over top, and Juliana was just popping her with the jab. We were all confused, sitting here, just 1, 2, 3 with the jab, straight to Amanda's face, walked right into him. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, I'm tired. I want to go home.
And she's been champion for 6 years, and it's she's been the overwhelming favorite for that entire run.
Yeah.
At some point, like, you're not going to get up for fights. Like, it's just going to it's going to happen. If you're that's why it's so hard to defend a title that many times, is because like once you do it, 3, 4, 5 times, it's just like, you just expect it to happen.
Who's the real loser?
How many fights in a row did she win?
That's a good question. She took the belt from Miesha Tate, who was Juliana Pena's teammate, and that was 6 years ago. I don't know how many times she's fought.
Probably
I'm just trying to figure out how many times. Like, what were her odds? What were the underdog's odds?
Towards the
Just starting out, plus
I don't
what?
know. Towards the end, it was like minus 1,200 for Amanda Nunes, so you had to bet $1,200 to win $100.
Right. So would it be roughly the inverse for the dog?
It'd be like 800.
okay.
800 or something.
All right. So that's not really long enough odds to like really have fun with it.
No, it is. This was the drop $10, the drop $20. Like leading up this, where like if you're gonna sprinkle, you've only got $10. This is where you throw your money. But who was the real loser of this fight?
People would take Amanda and just throw her as like the free bingo spot for your parlay.
Yeah.
Probably ruined so many parlays.
You gotta think so.
Oh, Vegas just raking in that money.
Vegas made so much money.
Oh god, it's just they hired Mexican day laborers to rake in all of that cash that they needed to do.
And although she's a wrestler, like it's a mistake to get into a firefight with a Mexican boxer, you know?
No, she just stood back and just popped her with the jab, and it just Amanda kept walking into it. But I think this really hurt Kayla Harrison. Like watching Amanda tap out was really Kayla Harrison's bank account tapping out, from my understanding.
So yeah, Kayla Harrison, free agent technically, in the building. She's kind of a Olympic judo gold medalist.
Yep. The woman's GOAT of judo. Let's put it in perspective. Like
she's part of PF. She was a part of PFL, won the tournament, made $1 million, I think, doing that. But now she's trying to get paid. She is also teammates with Amanda Nunes. But they were floating out the idea that she would be the one that could potentially dethrone Amanda Nunes.
Okay.
And it'd be kind of like this high money women's money fight. And yeah, as soon as Amanda lost, you could see, I think they went to a camera of Kayla Harrison just going, fuck! Like, not because you saw your teammate lose, because you saw the money just leave your bank account.
Just fucking disappear. That's
Kayla Harrison, and then is it Carissa Shields were the two women that they thought could maybe take down Amanda Nunes, which are the women's judo GOAT and the women's boxing GOAT. Carissa Shields now signed to ONE FC.
Also, shouts to Ivan Huerta in the comments. She is Mexican. She's half Mexican, half Venezuelan. So, fuck off. I'm not racist. I know her background of Juliana Pena.
Yeah, unlike Daniel Cormier, Dan Register does his homework.
Yeah.
God, that how great was that? Like, just to derail for a second in MMA, like DC, Bisbing, Dominic Cruz.
I mean, the whole card was awesome. Dominic Cruz obviously getting that dub on the prelims against Pedro Munoz.
Performance of the night from old Dana.
Fight of the night.
Fight of the night, sorry, yeah, fight of the night, yeah.
Obviously, the main event, Charlie Olives loses the first round. Dustin drops him, I think, twice. And then he comes out in the second, third round and just dominates DP. Retains his title, 155. Charles Oliveira
took his back pretty easily. Had the boots in for a minute. We were all sitting here and we were just like, "Is it? And it was like, it's over. Like he just got. That's both the main card and the main event and the co-main event stopped by rear naked chokes. Mm-hmm. I wonder when the last time that happened was.
And I believe Dustin was on his feet.
Yeah.
So,
I was on his feet in the quad pod position, got rear naked.
Imagine a grown man just climbing onto your back and then choking you out as you're standing up.
I do that in the shower many days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the man?
Doesn't matter.
The one in the mirror?
You with a beard.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's why the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dustin,
I don't want it to be in there. It just pops into my mind. We call those invasive thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right before that, Kai Kara France knocking out
Cody Garbrandt.
First of all, how small did Kai Kara France look? He looked like
He's 125 pounds.
Like a natural 125 pounds.
He's very small. He's calling for a title shot for some reason. No, it's not going to happen.
I think there's a documentary about his early part of his career when he was an amateur and he was still working for Willy Wonka.
Yeah, of course. I don't know what you do with Cody Garbrandt at this point in his career.
He is damaged goods.
He's at a crossroads. He's still name recognition, obviously former champion.
You just send him out there to be beaten,
yeah.
right? You just trot him out there to...
He's a resume builder, even though he's not a good fighter anymore.
Yeah, he's just a piece of meat that you punch. He's like the side of fucking cow that Rocky hits in the barn.
And win or lose, it's always entertaining. He gets knocked out in significant fashion.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Like, Dana's not going to cut him or anything.
Okay, so here's what I heard afterwards. You do have stars at 125. You got Moreno, you got Figgy. People say that Cody is still a bigger star than both of them. I question that. What do you do with a guy who gets knocked out at 35, goes to 25, and then gets knocked out again? I just don't see. I don't see a lane for him.
Chin's gone. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because like that's the kind of fighter you want. A guy that goes in looking for the knockout and regularly gets knocked out himself.
Is there a job in the UFC you can give him? I don't know if it's commentator or some sort of like brand ambassador.
No, because like, all right, I don't know why. I like Cody as a fighter way more than I like him as a person. As a person, he is a cheese dick. He is he's just very unpleasant.
I feel him very unauthentic.
Yeah.
Is it like a Russell Wilson situation or
combination with like, all right, so if Russell Wilson had tats.
Okay.
And yeah, really into like motivation and all that bullshit.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Not great.
On his grind, always grinding.
Yeah.
Okay, if Tony Robbins
I would pay to watch this man get knocked out.
had little man syndrome and was addicted to Monster Energy drink.
Okay. Perfect.
But also like former on-it athlete, kind of those vibes.
Yeah. Every day is a fucking challenge. Business is a sport. Whatever the fuck.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind
Every
of.
day is a war. I wake up every day and go to war with life.
Yes.
I'm my only. I don't even.
But I've
know.
lost so much goddamn money on Cody Garbrandt. Like, for whatever reason, I don't like him.
You literally were talking to me before.
I'm like, I do not like him, but I will always bet on Cody Garbrandt, and it always bones me. It always. I thought he was so much bigger. So he dropped from 135 to 125. But obviously, he's fight night. He's way bigger. Gets the weight right back. And I thought, yeah, this is going to be a piece of cake for him. Like, he's going to just knock out a tiny guy. And I was wrong. He got caught himself. So
Love it.
I don't know if he goes back to 135 and you just use him. Maybe him and O'Malley.
I wouldn't mind that. That's a big one last something for him. If he drops out of the rankings, you give him O'Malley as that like real stepping stone into the rankings, and then you re-sign O'Malley to a new contract, and then you give him some of those ranked guys. I like that.
What happened with
Sugar
Sugar
Sean, by
Sean?
the way, opening the show. He actually impressed me. I mean, I know Paiva he kind of rotates between 125, 135, but I mean, he beat Kyler Phillips. He's not like a total tomato can. I actually bet on it. He's plus 230. I thought he was going to work O'Malley, and O'Malley dropped him in the first round.
Yeah, we thought the O'Malley that showed up in these last two fights was going to show up again. It looks like he's moved past that.
First off, in that one fight, like he was fighting a brick wall.
A zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want him to do?
You want him to stay focused, though.
I was distressed during that fight.
Yes, he was landing. He was doing damage in that fight, but he lost focus a lot. He got frustrated that the guy
He also
wouldn't go
broke
down.
both of his hands against that man's head.
Yeah, how could you not lose focus? It's like punching a bag for like 40 minutes. You get adrift.
Where's your ground game? Where's your takedowns?
Yeah.
Pin him against the cage. Where's your Muay Thai? Where's your elbows? Where's your knees? Where's Charlie Olives had those? Charlie Olives displayed a great tie clinch, pulling Justin down into the uppercut, which I think really threw Dustin's game off. And then, the knees and the elbows from bottom allowed him to take.
That said, Oliveira's taking a little too much damage in the first round of his fights. Like the Chandler fight, he almost loses. Like, could have been a stoppage at some point, but thankfully wasn't. Poirier, there was some points in the first round where it was dangerously close to being over.
Yes, I think that's my biggest takeaway from that first round is Charles looked really good and was landing a lot more, was landing a lot cleaner, but it looked like anything that Dustin landed
Was powerful.
came with 3 or 4 times the power.
Oliveira looked like, we said this on the live watch, he was like time and a half speed. He looked much faster than Poirier, but Poirier, everything he landed just looked like it hurt way more.
Yeah. So
It was like that video game where you're playing
Oliveira
with
was just like scoring points, and Poirier was.
No, but he was still like landing good shots, and it was like really crisp and clean and fast. But like, yeah, Poirier just looked like kind of like a bruiser.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Poirier's health meter wasn't going down very much after each attack, and then Dustin would just come in with one hit, and Charles would go, boo, like 20% would come down.
And then second round, he's just like, fuck this, we're getting to the ground. And then Oliveira just worked him from there.
Just so many more ways to win. We got to really put respect on his name right now.
Yeah.
Do you think Habib left too
I will
early?
still pick Gaethje to beat him.
Okay, so if he runs through Gaethje the same way he's ran through Ferguson, the same way he's ran through Chandler, the same way he's ran through DP, if he runs through Gaethje like that and either knocks him out or puts him down in the first 2 rounds, do we question Khabib leaving early? Because Charles was in that mix. Like he's not the same Charles.
I don't
that
think he was on the radar of Habib at that point.
He wasn't, and I think he changed a few things. And
But there's going to be plenty of people that are like, oh man, Habib ducked Charlie Olives. And it's like, I don't think he ever thought about that fight.
Charlie fought Tony very quickly after
Plus,
people were talking about Tony versus Habib.
We can put that argument to bed because Islam's going to fight Oliveira at one point or another.
And what if Oliveira beats Islam?
Well, again, yeah, then I think you could maybe have that argument. But if Islam kind of makes quick work of Charlie, it's not really a question because Islam is essentially just 80% of Habib.
But with better hands, they say.
I don't think so.
That,
I think we're disrespecting Habib's hands because he dropped Connor.
He did.
Dropped Justin.
Yep.
To the quote-unquote best strikers in 155.
From what the people say in the gym is Islam has the hands. I think Habib had the transitions a little bit more. He was a little bit better in the transitions. His game plan was a little bit better as far as the restricting the leg movement and like the really hard pressure. But yeah, I mean, 155 is just super exciting what's going to happen with that over the next 2-3 years. Jeff Neal getting a big win. Really needing that win after that gun charge.
Close fight. Yeah. Nothing like, DUI and gun charge. What was it, like 2 weeks before?
It was like a week before. It was like the week of,
fight.
yeah.
I got no problem with my fighter getting those charges. He's a fighter.
Yeah.
What do you? Of course he's going to get a DUI and a gun charge.
In Texas, though.
Yeah, I think he actually owned the gun, so it was...
Right. They just had to double check it.
Yeah.
Anyway, none of that would like distress me at all. If I was like, oh no, the fighter I root for got caught with a gun he didn't own. Yeah, he fights in the MMA. Of course he has a gun he doesn't own. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't any of them? That's how I feel about that. By the way, I want to go back to something really quick. Does this prove you can beat Amanda Nunes?
Yes. I mean, I was waiting for Ross to come back on the show to discuss this, but it's just like, I mean...
Now you're fully confident that you're taking down Amanda Nunes.
Because it's not like Juliana Pena was like, next up. She wasn't like... it wasn't like she was like... Everyone thought she was just going to get walked over. It's just like, it's just
yeah, I feel like before that I would have been like, Ross, how do you feel about me versus Juliana Pena? Ross would have been like, yeah, I think you could take Juliana.
Right. That's the type of thing.
Like Pena's not defending that title.
Yeah.
Like if they fight again, Nunes is going to wash her, I think.
Does she?
Yeah. I think because she'll be more focused. She'll actually have like kind of like a little bit more motivation to get back into the gym.
She did not impress me at all during that fight when she got tested. Like we talked about that. Like she was just pushing on the face to get away. She was walking into punches.
Giorgio, she has new perspective. Okay, she's a mother, and as a father,
as a father,
having that child just means so much.
It changes your world. It just opens your eyes.
Makes you softer.
So many new things. Yeah.
Makes you more caring for like your fellow human being.
You guys don't even know. It's just magical. I highly recommend having a child. Both of you, go do it.
Now?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if I don't already have a kid somewhere.
That's true. Would be and your kid like goes out of his way to not contact you?
Yeah.
Like it's like a deadbeat child. Like he doesn't want to meet you.
Especially during those rougher years of my life.
It's like Dad's in Vegas blowing his 401k again. I'm just going to stay at the foster home.
Probably a better option for him. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. In other news, other sports news, Quinn Ewers transfers to Texas officially.
Big news? All right, so BT Bates DM me this, and I'll give him credit for this, but yeah, like I agree. Very like Tate Martell vibes I'm already getting from fucking Quinn Ewers.
Oh, huge Tate Martell vibes. This is not going to end well.
Yeah.
I think his ceiling right now is somewhere around Spencer Rattler. Maybe.
All this hype, and I haven't seen a single thing. Like obviously, we'll see what he does on the field, but like. Yeah, I'll wait and see on this.
Dude, it's the type of thing where like, you want college players to have more agency and more control over their careers or whatever, but it's still a huge fucking red flag when a guy is clearly a total mercenary.
Yes and no, but I mean that's college football now. That's coaches, that's players.
I don't know. It just feels like a fucking like I don't think Quinn Ewers is going to be good. He'll be fine. He'll put up some numbers in some games. But, like, Texas is not well coached. So he's not getting any favors.
You know what's going to happen? I can't wait till Hudson Card starts next year, and he transfers again.
Who, Ewers?
Yes.
You only get one free transfer, though, right?
I think you get two.
You get two?
You get two transfer portal things. I don't know.
Who did he decommit from before he went to Ohio State?
Wait, what? You get
Texas.
Two free transfers
So he decommitted from Texas, went to Ohio State, and now he's back with Texas.
Mm-hmm. And he was supposed to go to Tech, I think, which would have ended super well, I'm sure.
Great. Yeah. So this guy's playing for like Oregon or Miami in 2 years.
Tom, I've got a
Something weird
question,
like
guys. Is this building a generation of pussies?
No, so the generation after us is all about like knowing your worth and
No, but it's like whenever
Yeah, but no-
whenever you're not getting exactly what you want out of your college, you're like, I'm transferring. Whenever but that puts the onus on you to know what's best for you as like a player. When at that age, do you really?
right. Like what I'm saying is the front is it's knowing your worth, but at the end of the day, you're just a selfish asshole.
Right.
Well, the problem is they're right that you should be cognizant of your worth. What they're wrong on is what they think they're worth.
Everyone is a narcissist.
Yeah. What they're worth is nothing.
Right,
We're
it's
all
like-
worthless, and they don't understand that.
You can go to any of these teams you want, and just because of that doesn't mean they're going to win a national title. So maybe you should shut your mouth.
But like
Yeah.
college football as a whole, we for whatever reason, maybe not me personally because I went to UCF and like I kind of have realistic expectations with what my program is going to be. But like if you go to a major P5 school that is like a quote unquote football power, every year you expect we need to win a national championship. And if that's not the case, our coach needs to go. You know, LSU, like Coach O just won a natty. He's gone a few
2
years
years
later.
and then Chiswick before that.
How do,
At
you,
Auburn,
how do you do that with a coach that wins a national title? Does he not come to the board and say, like, hey, I've got a plan to rebuild for a few more years? Like, we can't have these.
They have so much money invested. Boosters have so much money invested in these programs that it's like, if you don't win now, you're gone.
And it's
do
like
you know how
money that they
dangerous
don't even
that is?
get back. Invest is not the way to put it. If they're just like buying self-esteem,
That's all it is.
like really.
But like, in all these schools, they have no self-awareness. It's like, all right, Alabama is Alabama now because of Nick Saban. It's the greatest coach of all time.
Is it
Like,
just because of Saban, though?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, obviously, you have Alabama's history and you have the resources of Alabama. But like Alabama before Saban, like went into this dead period
Because they had like
irrelevant.
because they had 70 recruits each year, right? They had a bunch of their scholarships cut because of the cheating scandal. Isn't
There
that
was
what Saban rebuilt after that?
There was a scandal near the end, but they were bad before that.
They're bad. Like
And by bad, like what are you talking?
like
top 10?
UCF
No.
beat them in 2000 or whatever.
I would call it like they were floating between 5 and 9 wins, which is bad for Alabama.
5 and 9 wins.
Between 5 and 9 wins.
Oh, so they had some 5-win seasons.
Yeah, they weren't good.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, they were missing. They were missing bowls every once in a while.
Oh,
and
I
stuff
didn't know
like
that. I didn't realize they were that bad.
Yeah, they were that bad.
Yeah, they
And
weren't.
then
Look, they
tradi-
weren't like Kansas or some shit.
No, and traditionally before that though, they were national title.
Yeah, they
winners.
were a blue blood before Saban got there.
Well, Bear Bryant.
Yeah, Bear Bryant and shit. Like they were great, but they were in kind of the period that Texas is in right now. But they had hit higher highs.
Because what it seems like is like all these schools right now are just like, hey, I need to find the next Nick Saban.
Yeah, they're all
like
fucking idiots.
they're just running the lottery, pulling the wheel, the roulette wheel each time. It's like, did you do it this time? Nope. Get you out, someone else in. Get you out, someone else in. Like,
pretty much.
but they don't understand that it's not just that.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It has to be that plus their perfect recruiting class.
No,
plus
it is that. Saban is one in he is his own thing. He's his own entity. People need to understand there are no other Nick Sabans. Like
Yeah.
he is his own
Chasing
thing.
that dragon will get you fucked. We'll get you Texas.
Roy Williams had a Coach K though.
What?
Roy Williams had a Coach K in basketball.
Yeah,
You know, there's-
basketball. The bench is a little deeper.
Are you saying Roy Williams is better than Coach K? I'm here for that argument.
I'm here for that
He's-
argument. As a Tar Heel, I am. Yeah,
Yeah,
honorary Tar Heel.
he might be. But,
Two schools. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Fuck you, Coach K.
that's fine. But yeah, like there is no other Nick Saban, and all these schools like Texas and LSU and even like Miami and shit. They all fucking
Then do you poach someone from the pros?
no. I mean, maybe.
Then what? Just give the title to Alabama every year? Like, there's got to be a plan for something.
Here's the thing. It's just college football, again, it's having an identity crisis. It's being Nebraska football, not knowing what you are. It's you had this like kind of like glorious past. You peaked in high school, and then thinking you're just that same person when you're like 45. It's just not the same.
People,
man.
no one's accepting reality. Essentially, everyone just needs to batten down the hatches and wait for Nick Saban to die.
Yeah, but
That's pretty much it.
It's the major theme of college football. It's
So how
just
do you
not
build
having
for the long term?
self-awareness of what you are?
You
whether
don't
it's
fire
player,
your coach every 3 fucking years.
It's giving them a little bit more rope.
How do you make sure you're the next program up when Alabama cycles out?
It doesn't matter. It's everyone's going to think they're the next program up as long as they had some sort of success in the past. So it's just kind of this revolving cycle of bullshit that you just kind of spew because you think you're better than you actually are. And you're just going to constantly be mediocre.
Well,
and that's the story of Texas football.
Yes.
And Nebraska, who is probably not even mediocre at this point anymore.
They're just bad.
Yeah.
Miami.
Although best 3-9 team in the country.
It's Miami, too. That's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Is Saban winning with a system, or is he changing it up every year? Just depending upon the players.
System is Nick Saban. He has changed. He has adapted with the times. So, if like the first half of Nick Saban's career, power running, the defense is still the same. Defense is still great.
Yeah, but all his coordinators leave him, so it's not like there's a specific coordinator that just stays. He just revolves. It's like you come to me. Some other school's going to pay you because you just got fired. You'll be my offensive coordinator or like my I don't know, assistant of some sort, some type of analytics guy.
Dude, it's really interesting. He is kind of moneyballs it with coordinators now. He just buys the dip on all these people. Bill O'Brien, fucking Lane Kiffin.
Guys that fell elsewhere come to Saban. He teaches them his ways. They leave. They go get other
but
jobs.
what is he teaching them? If they're coming in and running like the new offense of the time, like what's popular right now?
He's a
or like
CEO.
What's winning?
It's how to run a program.
Yeah.
Altogether. Because, like, Nick Saban is one of the best recruiters because he just goes to, like, literally he goes on Zoom or he'll go face-to-face to a prospect and just be like, hey, here are the guys I have in the NFL. Here are the national championships I've won. Like,
Heisman Trophy winners.
He is his own brand.
At this point, the machine's too big to stop.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need to do anything at this point.
There's no one from the pros who can come down.
It's not necessarily about having a coach from the pros versus a coach in college. Like, it's just... Like, it's not like every NFL coach is better than all the college.
Right now, what Dan's talking about is that quality assurance that you get with saying, I've put 30 players in the Hall of Fame, or I've put
establishment.
So.
It's like buying Apple stock. You know,
exactly.
It's not gonna,
But you can bring like superstars from the pros down to outshine him in that aspect, or at least like match the shine.
You would think so.
Because here's the thing, right? It's like the problem with college basketball now is people are just hiring former like stars of the program, like Penny Hardaway at Memphis, who is just a bad coach. Like he's going to get all the top recruits because he's Penny Hardaway.
He's going to like
him,
the kids,
but he's a terrible fucking coach.
Well, no. That's a program's fault for not surrounding him with the other coaching.
No,
Stop.
They have Larry fucking Brown at Memphis, who is one of the best basketball minds of all time. And they still suck.
Then something going on with distribution of responsibilities, because Penny Hardaway can show you things that only Penny Hardaway can do. And if he can adapt some of those players to that secret sauce, that takes you from a good to a great. If you surround him with a good fundamentals and good coaching and good practice schedule around that, I think you can have success. Which is also the recipe, I think, in football.
The recipe for good coaching, too, is usually not a star player. Like Penny Hardaway, too good to be a good coach.
Yeah, it's always the mediocre players who are good coaches.
The superstar players and like the true greats have something about them, though. They have knowledge that other people don't have.
They're terrible at giving to other people because they don't understand it themselves. They're like, how can't you do this? I used to do this. Why can't? Well, where's the gap?
But it's not always just the superstar athletic ability. It's sometimes like the wizards of the sport find like the little niches, the little nuances. Like that's how the sport. That's how the sport's evolved.
But they're terrible at like conveying that to other people.
A lot of times I think they're really like autodidactic and they don't understand how to like, tell other people.
It's happened in every sport. Wayne Gretzky.
Right. It takes someone breaking down their film and then applying that to like kids or applying that to someone else and be like, oh, that's what they did.
Yeah, because like Wayne Gretzky was a terrible hockey coach.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, currently a terrible, basically general manager.
Right, but I'm sure Michael Jordan has made people better one-on-one. I'm sure he's taken
I don't know about that. Like, really. Maybe.
I mean, maybe not in like a from a team standpoint, but like on those all-star teams, on those Olympic teams, I'm sure he's been in like he was a leader of those teams, or not, like coach on the court, captain on the court, was running a lot of the practices from what we hear. Like everything kind of revolved around Jordan.
No.
I think it was Phil
Jackson.
Yeah. Jordan just did his thing. That's way more of a Kobe thing. Kobe was probably more of a leader on the court than Jordan.
And a lot of people hated Kobe.
Yeah, people fucking hated him.
That played with Kobe. So
yeah,
he wasn't really a leader.
He was just a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Quinn Ewers, I think that's gonna flame out so fucking hard at Texas.
It could. And we got bowl season, obviously. Go ahead and check out that bowl preview. We did with Ross.
We did everything but the New Year's Six bowls and the playoff,
which we will do later.
If Quinn Ewers is going to be so bad at Texas and it's so obvious, like why isn't someone else?
Because he's not obvious.
The highest rated recruit since Trevor Lawrence or something like that. I mean, obviously you take a flyer on him. It just doesn't. I'm just not optimistic about.
I am always pessimistic.
Well, yeah, I know.
Okay, here's something. Do you redshirt him?
No,
He already just kind of redshirted.
he already did. Yeah,
He already took a redshirt year?
he can retroactively get a red shirt for this past year.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and I doubt he won't. It doesn't even matter though.
I mean,
he won't be
Hayden Hooker's coming back for like a 6th year for Tennessee next year.
right.
And he actually would have been drafted, which is wild. So maybe he's just trying to pump that stock up with Heupel.
Quinn Ewers is he's 6'3", 195, so he's like a draftable build already.
Right.
So he's not, use a red shirt or not, he's not going to be in college for 4 years. You know what I mean? Like
He doesn't sound that big. 'Cause you know those numbers are inflated, so he's really 6'1", a half.
Right. But he'll be.
So he's Dan's size, with a little bit taller.
He'll be sexy enough to some NFL team that they'll take him in the first round.
Yeah, I love that we're leading college football though with this, not the guy that just won the Heisman.
Yeah, but there's nothing.
I guess we could mention it. Like it was expected. Bryce Young.
Yeah,
won
Bryce
the
Young won the Heisman. Finally, someone stepped up and like deserved it.
First Alabama quarterback to win the Heisman.
Interesting.
That says a lot about the program.
Not Tua. Not
Mac
Jones.
could have.
Yeah, but he just ran into,
He had another guy on his team. Mac Jones was deserving of the Heisman. He was a finalist. Was Bryce Young only the second Alabama finalist at quarterback ever?
I don't know about that, but I know he's the
First winner.
Alabama Heisman winner.
Yeah.
It is weird though because we talked about Alabama's success even before Nick Saban, but the first, I believe, Alabama Heisman winner was Mark Ingram.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I guess they were never a school where dudes were putting up like crazy numbers, even when they were great.
Yeah. Let me just double check to make sure. But from what I remember, when Mark Ingram won the Heisman, that was like a big deal because.
Yeah. But by the way, like it is actually really fucking weird to me that people didn't. Let me look up this real quick. That people were like, there are people out there being like, I don't know, man, Bryce Young, he's like not that good. Like I guess he kind of backed into it because no one was really like putting up numbers this year. But he legitimately has like great numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know what the problem is. Like 43 touchdown passes. That's fucking nuts. 4,300 yards.
Torch the best defense.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know numbers are like a really good way to compare people between the seasons. Like that's kind of the metric that like stays. But also like it does not take into account the way the league was. Like it was just like kind of like ridiculous this year.
Yeah,
it was all over the place. Like so it's like okay, he didn't have great numbers. He's the one guy who like didn't like let the ship slip.
And he also torched before the game, historically one of the best defenses in college football history.
Ever.
So that, I mean, and he led that last drive against Auburn to win that game, kind of pulled that out of the jaws of defeat.
Yeah.
So I think that single-handedly won him the Heisman before the Georgia game.
He fucking deserves it.
He did. And
Also,
it was kind of like a down year. If there was ever a year a defender could have won the Heisman, probably could have been this year.
Yeah, but if the best you're going to offer is Aiden Hutchinson, pass.
Okay.
Pass. He's rad and he's fun to watch, but he's like, I don't know. He's not Ndamukong Suh or something, you know what I mean? He's not the type of dude who just like changes the game in a way where you can see everything revolving around him. Mm-hmm. He just comes off the edge and gets numbers.
And then we got two big names that entered the transfer portal last few days.
Who?
Got Keaton Slovis at USC.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So he could go anywhere. And then you have Bo Nix from Auburn.
He going to UCF?
Might be making his way to Orlando.
Oh shit! Playing in the Big 12?
Well, not this year.
Do you want him? Would you take Bo Nix?
I'll take Bo Nix, yeah.
You don't want your freshman guy to get more?
I don't really like Mikey Keene, no.
No?
Too many like TikTok vibes from Mikey Keene.
Yeah. That's not good.
No.
Can you look past that?
I can't.
Okay.
He's like an e-boy. I don't like that.
Are we going to start? I mean, is that going to be more popular as this goes on?
Dude, this is how I know I'm getting old. It's just like every like college kid that is on my squad now, I'm just like, man, that's really what we're going with now, huh?
Right.
Okay.
I feel that watching
Don't
Connor
support
Bazelak a lot. I'm just like, yeah? Him?
Huh?
This guy?
Anything for the internet clout?
It's not good. You know, he's from Arizona. He's got that like e-boy haircut. with like the
What
the
is
bangs.
an e-boy haircut?
It's like where it just kind of comes down and swoops out, or swoops in the front.
Swoops in the front with like curly fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, that has a dangly ear and
yeah.
It's not good.
That's not
It's,
not
it's,
ideal.
It's you look at yourself in the mirror far too much to be a male.
Yeah. Okay.
that's our generation coming up that
speak-
we're gonna have to deal with.
Speaking of clout on the internet, Ivan Huerta says Conor McGregor said he wants to fight Oliveira. Just to pivot back real quick, Conor McGregor will say anything on a headline to fight anybody just to keep his name running around Twitter because that's the Conor McGregor machine. Get used to it. It's BS.
Yeah, speaking of internet
He
clout,
will probably fight Dustin again. I don't know.
No, he fights Nate, and that's Nate's last fight on his contract. And then
Or Dustin, because Dustin just wants to get paid again
I think Dustin goes up to 170.
to fight Colby.
I think he might fight there for a little bit.
I think Colby works him. I don't think he wants any smoke with Colby.
Colby's a bad man.
Colby's just bigger and also just better on the ground, and I think he would just kind of like ride him out for 4 or 5 rounds.
Probably. Yep. Better wrestler. Yep. But back to football.
Yeah. And college football, I think we kind of covered everything there. NFL.
Navy with the upset
Oh, Navy with the upset. That's right.
and the under hit.
Under hit.
That was the only bet I won this weekend.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost a lot of money on the UFC.
Yeah, I didn't do great either. Not a great weekend. Don't have to pay, thankfully, but not a great weekend. What was I going to say? NFL. Dude, the Chiefs are back.
They rolled the Raiders.
Chiefs are fucking bad.
I
They're
was
up-
super confused on how the Chiefs were so bad at the beginning of the season.
They fucking because
I just did not get
because they're so good they don't care, and they finally got punched in the mouth. I mean, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say the Chiefs like fucking jacked their way off into the Super Bowl last year. Like they were sleepwalking with their dicks in their hand, just like shrugging the whole way.
Just had so much talent that it's like someone will score, someone
Yeah.
will get big play here, someone will come up with some interception
Yep.
or big sack. Yeah.
They finally got punched in the mouth at the start of this year. Finally got a fucking wake-up call. I guess the Super Bowl wasn't enough. Because even with the Super Bowl, they could be like, well, we were missing half our offensive line, which is fair. But now they've got a wake-up call, and now they're fucking terrified.
So they're kind of acting like champions finally.
Yes. They finally woke the fuck up. And also, I don't even think Mahomes is like, Mahomes can still get better. Like, he's kind of
He's going to need to get better.
Yeah. Because the Bucks also look fucking crazy.
Talk about that.
Well, I almost blew that game to the Bills.
They did.
Is that your headline? Is they almost blew that game to the Bills?
Well, they were up, what,
And they were
24-3?
rescued by former UCF great Perriman.
Yeah.
All right.
Tom Brady, walk-off touchdown for the win in overtime, his 700th career touchdown. Fucking bananas.
Is that just the gunslinger who won't die? He's like just needs someone to walk out there and shoot him, and like everyone.
This is the closest I've watched a Tom Brady game since last year's NFC Championship. I can't count the Super Bowl because I was really drunk. And like, dude, I've never seen that much precision with a quarterback. It's fucking crazy. Like this dude is like an artist. He's a machine. Like it's the timing, everything. It's just fucking crazy.
He needs. It's just everything's moving around him.
Yeah.
It's just like he's there, like waiting for it, ready, and it's just like, are you guys gonna make the play for me so I can put
This guy's going to play for like another 4 years. He's going to win the MVP this year. It does not make sense. He has literally passed Michael Jordan as the best athlete in American history.
Like, what's he drinking? Like, do we all just get on the avocado smoothie? Like,
he's
is that
fucking-
No
what we do?
tomatoes. Yeah, you got to go with that anti-inflammation diet.
Always stretching.
He's all about just the core workouts.
He sucks the youth out of his children's mouths.
Because he open mouse kisses them, right?
Yeah, his kids are basically like soul banks. He's soul boys. Like he sucks a little soul out of them.
But like you can't even really make fun of him because he's got self-awareness and he makes fun of himself all the time.
Yeah.
Man, there's really no. Does Brady have a small hog? Is that his one
I doubt
deficiency?
it. I doubt it.
But he needs something, right? Like, he has to have some imperfection.
Something's got to be wrong with him.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like, he can't turn left.
I mean, he is a Hertz spokesman now, so maybe he'll murder his wife one day.
He's like a UPS truck.
What?
Yes.
He can't turn left.
Oh, maybe, dude.
I actually, when I was told that UPS trucks, their routes are built to only make right-hand turns.
Interesting.
I didn't think it was for efficiency. I thought like literally the truck would flip over if it made a left-hand turn.
Oh, like the weight distribution? He couldn't do it.
You never know, man. Those are some boxy trucks.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ben Stiller. If he turns left, he just falls over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what. Like, just watching Tom Brady yesterday, I was just like, good God. Like, I don't understand how you can be this precise. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make fucking sense.
Is this the key to quarterbacks going back to throwing mechanics, to going back to like footwork, to being in the position to make the plays versus just being these like super athletes?
Yeah, 100%. I actually don't think. I think his arm is probably like the least part of it. It's all his footwork and just like understanding where everyone's going to be on the field.
Exactly,
like how
getting his angles.
How the pocket collapse.
Yeah.
Like where to go. Like he's not mobile, but he's mobile in the pocket. Like he knows where to go.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, it's like at the end of Loki or whatever, when that dude kept moving when they were trying to stab him, because he knew what was happening. Mm-hmm. Like he already saw everything. He wasn't fast. He just knew when something was going to happen. So he appeared fast. Like, that's it. Tom Brady knows when someone's coming, so he appears mobile.
And I think that's going to be kind of rare moving forward. It's going to be a lot of guys just kind of relying on their athleticism.
Oh, it's going to be Lamar Jackson's and Kyler Murray's.
Yeah.
But you need that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if there's anything out there, these like young quarterbacks or someone need to see, like, that's the way forward for longevity.
Yeah, but that's just not going to happen. The game's evolving, and
it's also not how you can not get hit. Like, this is the key to greatness, and they're all like wanting to ignore it. Yeah, and it bothers me, and it makes it easy.
But at this point, Tom Brady's also like, you like just can't expect that level of work ethic.
You
from
put
a
the
normal
time. You have to.
He's a fucking psycho.
The 100,000 throws each time, each position.
Right. I get it.
I don't buy the 10,000 hour bullshit. You can be really bad at something for 10,000 hours.
Well, that's why practice makes permanent, not perfect.
Right.
Practice it badly, you'll permanently be bad.
And you're just shitty.
Yeah,
but he's also, again, like, he's a psycho. Like, you're not going to get, like, Quinn Ewers to do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, even Trevor Lawrence is not going to fucking do that.
Trevor Lawrence might not be in the league.
No, he's going to die, yeah. Certainly Baker Mayfield's not going to.
That's something we need to talk about.
What?
Urban Meyer.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about Urban.
Holy shit. I love that he gave essentially the inverse of the Mike Gundy "I'm a man" speech.
He gave the speech where he said, "I'm not a loser, you're a loser," to all of his assistants. And he's like, "I don't know who the snake is, but I'm going to find out, and you're getting fired."
It'd be like me yelling at my wife and child that they're holding me back.
They're not?
Maybe they are.
I mean,
this is so bad that I might actually like Urban now. Like, I was out on Urban until he did this.
Explain.
Not as like a normal, well thought out human, but like as a character. Urban just shifting the blame everywhere
Anywhere
he could.
else.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
It's fantastic.
Man, one of his coaches, when he asked him to explain the resume, should have faked a heart attack.
And then him having that handshake with Vrabel, where he just looks dead-eyed, soulless, and just very limp, fucking dead fish handshake to Vrabel.
Wow.
After a 20-0 loss.
What did he expect? Going to the fucking Jags. Like, he's been playing on easy mode for 15 years.
What did the Jags expect?
I don't know what they expected either. Like, at this point...
How is Urban still the coach?
Dude, I don't know. Because Urban Meyer hasn't been, like, any sort of, like, visionary coach for 10 years. Since maybe Florida. 15 years. Because everything he did at Ohio State, again, he was a great CEO at Ohio State, right? Mm-hmm. But that was Ryan Day, Tom Herman, and the fact that they brought in every fucking blue chip in the country.
Also, you just can't talk to professional athletes who get paid to play a game the way Urban talks to, like, his guys.
Right. They're not scared of you the way the kids are.
Yeah. They're grown men.
Yeah.
They'll just beat you up.
It'd be funny if someone beat the shit out of Urban.
If there was ever a coach to get his ass beat by a player, I think it's Urban.
It might be.
That sounds like a scene from Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a fight? No, the two players fought in Any Given Sunday.
Two players. And then
no one fought Pacino.
They chainsawed the car in half or whatever.
That's rad. I love that. Yeah, dude. Urban, man, what a fucking year. His life is just like...
collapsing.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's
Should
next?
have stayed at Fox.
He should have. People liked him.
You can always go back.
Can you?
Yeah,
Now
but
what's he
now
gonna-
no one likes you.
Yeah,
your
now everyone's
reputation
like,
is gone.
dude, you're a piece
Do
of
they
shit.
not? Or do all the young Barstool bros think he's the man for grabbing young booty?
Well, yeah, everybody thinks he's the man for that, but
He's also terrible. And
yeah,
a psycho.
He's not a good coach. This is what happens when
Blaming other people for your problems and grabbing young booty sounds like it fits in very well with millennials.
Like never
never
claim
accepting
responsibility.
Yeah.
Always deflect. It's never your fault.
If anything, Urban's a victim. He is he's a true greatness surrounded by incompetence.
I agree. I think Urban Meyer is a victim. Yeah,
They set him up to fail.
a victim of his previous success.
yeah.
And that's really the story of college football.
He's a victim of his own greatness, and it's sad. And I feel bad for him. And I also want to hold the rest of the Jags staff accountable.
Did you see he unleashed his sleeper cell, Zach Smith, yesterday on Twitter?
What?
Zach
What
Smith
happened?
was just going off on Twitter on people,
Defending Urban?
I think, yeah.
Urban didn't even like him.
No.
Urban was like, I had to hire him because he's like my mentor's grandson.
I also don't even think Zach Smith might not be a real person.
At this point,
Again, it might just be an urban bot.
well, everyone becomes their bit. He has turned into the meme that he is.
Yeah, that's true. Live long enough to see yourself become the bit.
Yeah, literally. God. Yeah, that's pretty much where things are going. Nicholas, do we have a hockey minute?
I mean, nothing really big going on in the
Put
NHL
the
right
camera
now.
on you
Seven.
first.
Come on.
Camera
Oh, my
7.
Show
Look
that
at
sweater
jersey.
off.
Not too much going on in the NHL right now. It's still the first half of the season. Teams are just,
Flyers suck.
Well, yeah. I mean, right now the divisions are, the points wise, like they're pretty strong. The wild card is open to a lot of teams, but it's not even halfway through the season yet. So nothing too big, too crazy. No trades, no nothing. I mean, Rangers playing really well. Dallas just coming off of a horrible road trip, but doing really well the beginning half of it. I mean, my team, the Sharks, they're trying to figure out their identity this year still. So not a whole lot going on in the NHL right now.
Let's go Blues. That's all I know.
Let's go Blues.
That's all I give a shit about.
Big news in the other football, quickly for any of you who care, the Champions League, which is where all the teams from all the different countries play each other.
There's nothing more confusing than fucking soccer.
Yeah, well, this is where the teams you might know play each other. So Real Madrid is playing PSG in the round of 16, which is crazy because these are the two richest super clubs in the world, and it's pretty early for them to play each other.
Didn't Barcelona just get knocked off?
They did because they are in debt up to their eyeballs. That's it. If you want to see a super great club just fall into mediocrity and like burn the way Barcelona has, and as a Chelsea fan, it has been amazing to watch this happen.
Pretty on brand for Spain, no?
Yeah, it's real. Catalonia,
What, being in debt?
specifically.
Yeah. Catalonians, they free yet?
Yeah, Messi had to leave because of his tax obligations.
Yeah. Do you guys want to go be guerrilla fighters for the Catalonians?
Sure. I mean, how many soccer players are currently, they have, some type of tax fraud allegations going against
For
them?
for the amount of money that could run a country, it's like tens of millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars in tax fraud, and it's just like, oh, maybe this is why these countries are bankrupting the euro. It's because none of the soccer players will pay taxes.
None of them are paying their fucking I just got to be confusing as fuck, though. You're paying taxes in 6 different countries.
It's the same with if you're a pro athlete in the U.S., you have to pay taxes for every state you play in.
I know. It's such
That
bullshit.
seems you can't do that on your own. You're not doing that in TurboTax.
Absolutely. Yeah, fuck no, you're not. You're like, what's the deduction? I bought some weights or so. I'm like, yeah, fuck. You got to. And then I assume, however shifty, there's a lot of, shifty, celebrity accountants in the United States. It's got to be even worse in Europe.
And it's also funny to see everyone, because you can only max out your 401k to a certain extent.
Yeah.
No matter how much money you make. So pro athletes, they hit their 401k with one paycheck.
Okay, yep, that's locked out. And a lot of these guys come from countries that might not even have taxes.
Yeah. Well, look, dude, if I'm a European soccer player, if I'm playing soccer in Europe, I don't know how the taxes work there. All I know is I'm trying to do as much of it as I can in Switzerland. Just put it where you put the Nazi money.
Right.
Right. That's what I want. Just put the dirtiest bank in Switzerland. That's where I'm taking my money for no one to touch ever. Like, put it next to Hitler's gold.
And it's insane. Like, I'll talk about some of these numbers. So, Mino Raiola, who is the biggest soccer agent in the world, who manages some of the best players, is managing this guy named Erling Haaland, who's a 19-year-old who's playing for Borussia Dortmund right now, who is a tank of a human. He's like 6'4", 190 pounds as a striker, just bowling in goals. He's currently making 400,000 pounds a week, looking to make somewhere in the area of 600,000 to 800,000 a week. His transfer fee will probably be in the 120 to 150 million range. And then there'll also be like 20% add-ons for Mino Raiola and all the other stuff that goes through there. So we're looking at like billion-dollar deals almost.
Right. And that's before you get to like endorsements and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, like, no
Like
wonder.
20 different countries. Like, what happens when you're like, this isn't soccer, but like Roger Federer, for example, he used to be Nike, and then he switched to Uniqlo, which is fucking Japanese. So, like, he gets like a fucking, I think he got like a $500 million, something crazy deal from Uniqlo. So you paying that in Japan? Are you paying that in Switzerland? Like, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. It's a good nightmare. It's a nightmare I want to have. But,
Right,
like,
it's a nightmare I
god
want
damn.
too.
Also, the conversion rates when it hits the bank account, because
Yeah.
direct deposit. I
What do you-
don't know how that works.
Yeah. I'd be pissed if I was paying, like, Japanese taxes. I'd be like, pay for your own shit. I'm making this money over here.
Pay for your own high-speed trains.
Yeah. Your bullet trains aren't my problem, Japan.
I just watched like a 3-hour YouTube doc on like all the high-speed Chinese rails that go to cities that aren't built yet.
Oh, yeah. Just ghost cities and
Yeah, just
fucking
all the
China
all the trains that just
they're
go to
going
nowhere.
to move people into. It's like empty, like, ant farms, essentially. Yeah. God, it's such a creepy country.
It's just to keep their GDP super high.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, let's just spend and spend.
They just build and they do it in, like, a week. Yeah. They just, like,
It really is like ants. It's just like you see like a time lapse of it, and it's just like,
Yeah. literally. And then it's empty. No one
This
lives
is
there.
why I'm sure soccer players will eventually, like in the next few years, be paid in crypto, so they can hide it all.
Why not?
That makes sense because like some of the soccer players used to do it. They were huge philanthropists. Like Didier Drogba who built like so many hospitals in Africa, and I was like, oh, it's probably how he got around his taxes, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a write-off, right?
Right.
But can you write off taxes from another country if you build? I don't know, like
Dude, yeah, I don't fucking. That
Build
sounds like a
wells
nightmare.
in Africa?
You put all of your money into that company, which is like housed out of there.
Yeah, and you probably launder a lot of it.
you gotta,
through it.
gotta have a shell company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's happening, really.
You need yourself a Bill and Melinda Gates fund.
Or Clinton Foundation. Whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, whoa! Don't be putting that name out there. I'm not trying to get killed.
Oh. That'd be funny if they were so petty that they murdered us.
Aw.
We're not even like the biggest.
A passing comment.
We don't even. We don't even talk the most shit on the Clintons here. It's not even close. We're like bottom 3.
We have to be proud about that.
What? That we don't talk.
No, like if the Clintons like took their time to take us out.
Maybe
Oh, yeah.
they're more offended by how little effort we put into the joke.
Yeah, they're just like, come on, like try harder.
Be better.
Yeah.
And you're dead.
Did they kill Phil Hartman? He was the first Clinton impersonator on Saturday Night Live. He did the famous sketch where he's like eating chicken nuggets and shit at
Probably
McDonald's.
put fentanyl in those chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Well, no, his wife shot him while he was asleep.
Yeah.
But they gave
Probably
her.
put fentanyl in that bullet.
Well, she was high on cocaine at the time, so maybe that's where the fentanyl
Yeah.
came in, and then she killed herself.
Well, as Charlie Murphy once said, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is. He did say that though.
Who said that?
Rick James.
Oh, that's right.
Charlie Murphy sketch though.
Yeah, it was. Damn.
But yeah, so the Clintons killed Phil Hartman. Probably, I think we all agree on that now.
They also gave Magic Johnson AIDS, right?
Yeah, and they didn't kill Daryl Hammond, the other Clinton impersonator, but they did get him addicted to crack.
Interesting.
Did you know that Daryl Hammond like smoked crack for a while? I think.
I heard crack was really good, and like if it didn't come with the stigma that it is now, like what if it, like you just thought of it as kind of like smoking tobacco?
Eli described crack Saturday night as just a super hot woman on your dick for about 5 minutes, and then she just vanishes.
Okay.
Huh. I mean, I guess I could think. Yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
Okay. He's done some crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's done pretty much every drug, I think.
Well, that's fun. Where do you even get that?
You make crack.
Yeah, you make it yourself. You buy the Coke
Just
and
buy
then,
the Coke, the baking soda.
yeah. Whoever thought that up was,
A genius.
I guess.
Well, the U.S. government, right?
Yeah. The CIA.
Yeah.
CIA thought up crack. I forgot about that.
I love in the last 5 minutes we've hit like 17 conspiracies.
Oh, we just demonetized this video.
Yeah,
The last 5
100%.
minutes.
Oopsie. Anyway, we got more crack to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Crack talk.
Crack talk?
Crack talk. That'll be
Well-
our next show.
I would love to have a show that just goes down and step by step like talks about the Clinton Foundation or the Melinda Gates Fund. It's like, how do you start a fund like this?
Yeah, right.
Like, how do you start a
Greg LaMontagne saying 5th Street, downtown Austin is where you buy the crack. Is that true? Oh, wait, what's that club where we used to buy drugs in the alley? Did you ever come with us for that? Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Yeah, the Kingdom Alley.
Kingdom was a good club.
That's 4th Street, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 4th Street.
And 4th Street, that's also where like gay bars are.
It's a little down the street from the gay bars, but yeah.
5th Street, there's really nothing on 5th Street.
No, 5th Street's pretty barren.
5th Street's cool towards Mopac, where you have like Mean Eye Cat.
Yeah. Right
bars.
next to Mopac, yeah. I do like it down there.
Well, in the crazy sports news, to wrap it up, since we don't have much time left, we get to talk about my favorite thing, which is grappling.
Cut his mic.
But it is tag team grappling. Yes, this is real. Everything we thought of as 6 and 8-year-old kids that you wanted to do, well, now there are crazy enough people with money from the internet and random sponsors that can do this.
You and I were not similar 6-year-olds, clearly.
If you and 3 of your friends did not have tag team wrestling matches against each other in the living room on the cushions,
Dude, in the backyard.
yeah, on a mattress,
On
you know,
your parents' outdoor furniture.
Yeah.
You laid that down, the pads. Mm-hmm. And then you just build your own little rink. You suplex each other. I don't know how I'm not paralyzed at this point.
I mean, a lot of children did get paralyzed.
I've dropped I was dropped on my head and my neck at least a half dozen times.
Yeah.
From power bombs, like failed power bombs,
Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
spine busters, German suplexes.
all the kinds. So that's now legal, and it's in an MMA cage, and there's a little rope. So like the one man has to hold on to the rope while the other guys are fighting in the middle, and they come back
Capture
and
the
they touch
flag.
you. Basically,
Yeah.
But if you get him over towards your guy, you can stay on top of him, tag your other guy in. He jumps while you both are on top, and you have 3 seconds to let go. So you just take turns like jumping on each other.
When do we get to the tables, ladders, and chairs?
We're very close.
Yeah, just do like professional wrestling, but real.
We're so close to that.
Yeah.
It is real.
I mean, really real.
What do you mean, really real? It is real. Just scripted.
Yeah, that makes it not real.
Yeah.
It doesn't not make it.
No, I want
You're still getting hurt.
It makes it
You're
not
not
a
getting hurt
competition.
enough. You're not getting hurt enough.
It's not a competition. It's a performative act.
Yeah. You see those punches? Those aren't good punches.
They're not great punches, no.
Yeah. You need real shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're still going through tables, and you're still getting.
Yeah. Yeah. The table's
Dropped on your
breaking and
back.
everything. They probably saw it a little bit though. But
Yeah, they're special. They're specialty tables.
yeah,
let's be
come on.
honest.
There's still chairs.
Yeah. I think they pull-
ECW. I mean, Mick Foley's still getting spine busted on the thumbtacks. Those are real thumbtacks.
Yeah, that's true.
Triller's-
Mick Foley's a real one.
Triller's doing this combat fight. Submission Underground's doing tag team. The Russians are doing 5-on-5 and 10-on-10. Like it's the golden age of the internet and watching people do crazy shit, and I'm just so here for it.
I'm okay with that. Can add some fluorescent light tubes that you can hit each other with.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Did you ever do that in high school?
No,
Okay.
I didn't.
Just
So,
me?
so now we're talking sort of like not American Ninja Warrior, Ultimate Warrior. What was the one where you're standing on the pads and you have like the stick with the pads on it and you hit each other off the beam?
Well, American
American
Warrior.
Gladiator?
American Gladiator, yes. So it's kind of like American Gladiator mixed with MMA in a way.
I like that. Man, I would have loved to be on American Gladiator.
Like you like throw someone like off one rink into another rink, and then you gotta slide down and fight down there. And then
You're
maybe-
getting tossed 5 seconds in, Rob.
I just looked fun. I wanted the one where you shoot the tennis ball gun. It's like a potato cannon.
Oh, that was good. And you had like move up, but you couldn't get hit.
Yeah.
and you're like diving and
That looks
rolling.
fun.
I'd rather be
tight.
on guts.
Guts? I'd rather be
No,
on
American
top.
Gladiator was like
You
the
don't want
show.
a piece of the Kraken?
What was it? Wait, what was the mountain called?
Wasn't the Kraken?
No,
I'm wrong.
it was some crag.
Oh,
Aggro
the-
crag.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
aggro crag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so fucking. That show was so dumb. I watched it all the time, but it was so fucking.
What was the
dumb.
other one? Hidden Temple. That was very similar.
Legend- I
But
like
kid,
Legends
Legends
of
of
the
the
Hidden
Temple.
Temple
No
a
one
lot.
ever. I never saw anybody win that. They would always get caught.
I was getting slimed.
That one was hard, for sure.
The
I would-
remake of that was The Floor is Lava that they did on Netflix.
Yeah,
MXC is the best.
MXC. You're younger than us.
Most Extreme Elimination Challenge? That's just bought like footage that they would dub over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just Asian stuff.
That is just like, let's turn on Spike TV and laugh at Asians.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the entire premise of that show.
There used to be one where they'd have to like fit through like a human puzzle piece as the wall would come towards them.
Yeah.
There's just all kinds of weird stuff like that.
That wasn't
Japanese
that long
game
ago. That was
shows
like
are dope.
Splash Out or whatever.
Yeah.
That was another one. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. That wasn't like John Cena the host or something. By the way,
Oh, there was one where you like shake hands, and it's how long you could keep shaking hands with someone. It was Bonsai. That was the name of that show. Someone look that up real quick. I think it was Bonsai, and it was just like really weird challenges. And one was shaking hands, man.
yeah, that's the show I saw a clip of where the porn star, straight porn star, got blown by a gay porn star.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that.
And it's
yeah.
like he was like, I am in total control of my orgasms. I will not orgasm if I do not want to. And the gay porn star was like, I'm gonna get you. And they put like a curtain so you couldn't see it happening,
Did he
but
get
you could
him?
like see the guys. Yeah, he got him. Oh, he got him. You could tell it was so funny too, because at the end the guy was like he was so cocky. He was like, it's fine, and then he was like, oh no, he got me.
Just the face, seeing the money go away.
Yeah, he was like, no, God. Holy shit.
Now I'm looking this up. I wonder how long. Yeah, Mr. Shaking Hands Man, controversy in August 2001, 2 years before Fox aired its first episode of Bonsai. Clips aired on Channel 4.
But yeah, that was a good. I love
Oh,
me some-
no, it's just anti-Asian stuff. I thought they were going to talk about the sexual acts.
Speaking of game shows, real quick before we get off air, I just want to say, I don't know what kind of financial trouble Helen Mirren is in, but it would be more dignified for her to start a GoFundMe than host a Harry Potter quiz show. It like breaks my heart to see that woman hosting.
I'm not familiar with her work.
Helen Mirren,
Yeah.
you'd know her if you saw her.
Okay.
Oscar winner, like the hottest old lady of all time.
Oscar winner?
Yeah.
And she's doing a Harry Potter game show?
Yes, it's fucking troubling. Like I feel bad for her. I wanna like.
How often do you get the questions right?
Oh, how was that show? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in.
I haven't watched it because it looks awful.
It's so
There's like adults, grown ass adults.
It's like adults and kids paired together, right?
Yeah.
They're in a house, which is like kind of which house they get to choose: Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and then they compete with the trivia against each other, right?
Yeah.
I think the parents are like really too far into it, and the kids are like, "Mom, why do you make me do this? I can't even read." And she's like, "Shut up! I love Harry Potter."
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Imperial Girl's saying she's making a ton of money from it. I'm sure she is.
And she was in Harry Potter.
She was not. Helen Mirren was not in Harry Potter. Actually, she's like the only British actor or actress in the fucking world that wasn't in it, which makes it even weirder that she's hosting. It's not about the money, Imperial Girl. It's about her dignity. I just hosting again. Like it's like Ross says all the time. There's no acting jobs anymore.
Also,
so these actors
Orlando is just home of just grown adults that fetishize and are obsessed with childlike things.
It's
Harry
fucked up,
Potter,
dude.
Disney.
My wife loves
What channel is this on?
TBS.
Yep.
It's just depressing all the way down.
How did TBS get that?
I don't fucking know.
It's just like white people Oxycontin in TV form. It's just like it's on when you're at a house that where you're visiting your relatives and you like just don't know what to do, so something's on TV.
Dude, it's just watching the 50-year-olds on there like they're like Hufflepuff, like.
Well,
shit, dude.
Maybe let's not shit on white people's culture, okay?
Yeah, I like Harry Potter. Not that much. I do like it.
I enjoy
But
it.
not to dress up and compete against other
It's
people.
fucking yeah, man.
Like, I mean, how many emails did you have to send? Like, interviews? Like, how much did you have to be on tape? You'd have to come sit in some sort of place and, like, wait for someone to
Right.
call you in.
That's true. If you go to Harry Potter Land and you buy a wand, you should be put on a list.
Yeah, like getting on that game show. You're not proving what you think you're proving.
No.
Yeah,
You're proving something very different.
it's really the only thing dumber than that is when I was at TFM, I wrote a article shitting on college Quidditch because it's the dumbest shit of all time. And all these
They really did start that?
The amount of heat I got on Twitter from fucking Quidditch players was
I thought they were going to burn the office down.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They were like, you couldn't hang for 5 fucking seconds on a Quidditch field.
New business plan.
Yeah.
We have like little shitty robotic owls, and you sign up to get your significant other or your child the letter delivered from the owl.
Oh.
And basically, it's like
A drone owl?
Yeah, it's like a edible arrangement delivery. So you like set up a time, and you know the kid's gonna be there, and the mom's like, look out the window, and you just like drone the owl in, and then just drop off the letter and drone the owl back, and you charge them like $1,000.
That would sell. Sadly, my wife would probably want one. The other day, she was like, "What house do you think Rory was in?" And I was like, "I don't know. I have to put a pistol in my mouth real quick."
Is that your dog?
It's my son.
Oh. I never knew your child's name until right now.
Rory.
It's Rob Fox the fourth, but like he.
Okay, yeah.
or it's his nickname.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Fucking
but of course.
stupid. Rory is not Rob.
I like Rory.
Yeah.
I like that. That's nice.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got for today.
I think so too.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's do it.
Bye.
We have a good show coming on at 2:00. The founders of the Babylon Bee will be on the main channel, so check that out.
So lots of jokes.
Yeah, it should be good. All right.